everybody. I'm Reverend Pamela M. Pinckney Butts, presidential candidate for the United States of America for this 2020 election. Don't forget to vote for me, please. And keep in mind, Mr. Biden and Ms. Harris, Mr. Trump and Mr. Pence have had ample opportunity to make things work well and right under their leadership. Under their leadership, we're now facing a very serious situation, a pandemic situation, a global, universal situation, where bodies have dropped, fallen, dead, been exposed to chemical warfare up under their leadership, causing divisiveness, derision, causing detriment, causing death, causing the lack of faith and hope in the people. One of my concerns, another one of my concerns, because I've been speaking to you on today since early this morning, is the mere fact that if in fact they truly do believe that they have a situation which is airborne, requiring people to spend money in their businesses to purchase masks and other supplies, then why would they leave dialysis patients sitting outside in the dark at 4 a.m. where people are actually in the center and refuse to open the doors to let the patients in to receive treatment or even to come from outside in the element? That is a real concern, and that is a real serious concern. These people are already disabled. These people are already challenged in other areas of their lives where they're relying on people to even get them to the treatment centers, and being left not only exposed to the pandemic, but they're being left exposed to possible other criminal components. Someone could hurt them, especially in wheelchairs and walkers. An animal could do something to them. They could become ill. Anything. There's no security for them. Literally no security. And I have found this to be true mostly for non-white people than I have seen for the white people. And the racist component is very real. These people are left outside at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning, and the nurses do not show up on time to give these people proper medical care, and this discussion is not taking place. Another concern. I spoke with you earlier about the horrible, tragic murder, slaughter of 2 unarmed black people gunned down by white people in a so-called police chase, that no one was punished for their death or addressed for their death as should be. Instead, the mayor of the city of Cleveland, Ohio, Mayor Frank G. Jackson, got sued for reverse discrimination for prosecuting a white police officer for the murder of those people. Not just death, murder. Another component. The death of Tanisha, the murder of Tanisha Anderson, a woman who was speaking her mind and was tased to death and murdered, thrown in a police car, tried to be forced to a psychiatric ward for expressing what was on her mind. I'm concerned how the people who are promoting Mr. Trump, Mr. Pence, Mr. Biden, and Ms. Harris, how you're doing this, especially women's rights groups. These 2 men, Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden, have shown blatantly the disregard for females. Mr. Trump clearly says, I'll sexually violate you, do what I want to do to you, and my lawyers will protect me. Which is another component, because abusers have more rights than victims. Mr. Biden says, well, you'll be something if I make you something because I'm a man and you're a woman and you'll do what I say do and I will have you fighting among each other as Ahasuerus did with Vashti and Esther. We don't need that. Another concern that I bring to each of you today is, why are there social workers posted at the ends of streets collecting babies and creating cases to destroy families, stealing people's babies where they can never find their babies again? Through the United States Department of Health and Human Services, and in some places it's called Children and Family Services, in some places it's called Family Services, some places it's called Children's Services. Another component and another concern. Why, at election time, were George Dixon and Joseph Calabrese falsely accused of committing crimes and illegal acts and inappropriate behavior? Now, these are two men that were up 6, 7 in the morning going to meetings to receive funding and resources for public transportation. But when one announced that he's doing an investigation of discrimination regarding public transportation, then all of a sudden false accusation takes place against him. He loses not only his reputation, a good reputation, but he loses his businesses, his family gets destroyed, etc. And yes, because some of it's because he is a black male. And some of it's because the United States government did not want to pay his medical bills for the sacrifices he made for public transportation, not just in Ohio either. Mr. Calabrese, okay, that's Mr. George Dixon, F. Dixon III. Now keep in mind, all this took place at election time. Joseph Calabrese, he has no clue on how to be a racist or about racism, none whatsoever. Gets accused of some crazy, insane things. And nobody takes the time to really investigate these matters to see what it's really about. And nobody, and I'm going to call this in the meantime, because to this day I have not found out and gotten the answer to what happened to our money, our funding for public transportation in Ohio or other places where I've been addressed, in Indiana and some other places. When the governor gets in there and takes money from public transportation, and we don't know where the money went, because the bus passes from people who have been incarcerated get shut down. They take that away. All types of possibilities and resources for people who are transitioning in life are shut down. So where's the money? Just like I want to know my next subject, where's the rainy day fund money? Because I said to you this before, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man, the old woman are snoring, they bump their heads, they're going to bed, and they can't get up this morning. Which talks about our seniors, who are not cared for as they should be. Now, and all of this takes place up under these four people. And I'm trying to figure out what the rationale is behind putting signs up for people who have given you the sign that they don't really care about you or this country. But in the meantime, in the between time, I have shown everything that I need to show to let you know that I have the best interests of this country in my heart, on my mind, in my time, and all of my time. What has happened since I have been in leadership? People have gotten employment, people have gotten resources, people have gotten assistance in areas where they needed assistance. People have come from homelessness into not only better housing, but housing altogether. Those are some of the things I have a few books I've written, and Cleveland Public Library has one of the books. The United States Library of Congress has one of the books. The United States Court has another one of the books, and one of the members of the staff and administration of the Cleveland Public Library has two of the books, but they're not being addressed and they're not being made known. Why? I'm Reverend Pamela M. Pinckney Butts. I'm a presidential candidate for the United States of America. In this election, and I find it a bit amazing that it has never been announced. Not just this one, but the one when I ran in 2008, 2012, 2016, and then I ran in 2018 for Congress to address legislation. And before I close, I want to say something else to you. What is your perception of marriage? Because I have a whole nother one from what I see on some folks. And I'm not married for a reason. Because I don't agree with all that stuff that people say. So you can call me if you want to and talk to me about any of these issues. As well as whether you believe slavery should be abolished in the United States of America. And any other issues you may have. It was created, invented. So what do you believe about it now? What's your belief about religion and politics? You can reach me at 1216-548-0820, or you can call me on one of the numbers. Don't forget to vote for me. I've shown you my work, not just talked about it. I haven't lifted myself up. I got a few yard signs around, but the money that I have been receiving, it goes into meeting your needs and completing the needs, not for self proceeds only. Yes, I must take care of myself, and I do have, but I am my first ministry, because if I don't take care of me, I cannot take care of you. And in so doing, I do everything in moderation. But I have learned to not speak in respect of one. I have found that for whatever situation I find myself therewith to be content. And I ask you today, as I shut this down and as I end this communication with you, what are your living conditions? Where do you find yourself right now? I'm Reverend Pamela M. Pinckney Butts, and I'm the preacher, the chaplain for the League of Women Voters, East Cleveland, Ohio chapter, and the former clergy chairperson for Black on Black Crime Incorporated. I am the State of Ohio Director for Justice for All and a board member for Starting Over Again, a Chance to Be Better. I'm a retired probation officer for the Cleveland Municipal Court. I'm a published author. I'm a single parent. I'm an overcomer. I have many hats that I can wear literally and figuratively. And I'm glad that I've had this conversation with you. My campaign headquarters phone number is 1216-303-9804. If you want to get some yard signs and put it out, you're welcome to do so. But you know what? What matters to me, if you make sure that everyone who wants a yard does have one. Homelessness is not acceptable in the United States of America. Because everyone should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There should not be any reason why anyone is homeless in the United States of America that chooses to have a home. Because family matters, faith matters, finances matter, and futures matter. Your vote and your voice do matter to me. Write it in if you don't see it. Reverend R.E.B. Pamela, P-A-M-E-L-A, middle initial M, Pinckney, P-I-N-K-N-E-Y, Butts, B-U-T-T-S. And I ask you today, call the mainstream media and ask them to make sure that my name is on that ballot. Be blessed. North, south, east, and west. And don't forget, I am a licensed, ordained preacher, maintaining all 5 positions of leadership in the church that you get done. Because good things happen when the Spirit